Hi, I'm Rod Ingram from Frenchs Forest Physiotherapy. Our practice is located on the northern beaches of Sydney. This time of year we're seeing a lot of ankle injuries, particularly with our netballers and our rugby players. One of the first line of care measures we implement at our practice, apart from your standard physiotherapy and rehabilitation, is the use of rigid strapping tape. I find it very useful in the early stages of someone's rehab, and later on in their subacute and more chronic phases of their, if it turns into a chronic injury that is, let's hope it doesn't, but we end up using something like a Speed Pro brace. But for today's video we're going to instruct on how to apply a tape for a typical lateral ankle sprain. It usually involves this ligament complex in here. So we start with an anchor, which is just a circular tape that goes around the lower leg like so. Okay, if you taper it on a slight angle, it marries in nicely to the leg angle. Then we put on a stirrup, and very importantly we should hold the patient's ankle close to neutral or a little bit past neutral as possible. The patient often will let their leg dangle down into plantar flexion, and that creates an ineffective position for strapping. Most patients will take 2 stirrups. If they're a bigger person, then they may even need 3 or 4. For this case, we'll just put 2 on. Our next technique is a figure 6. We start on an angle and we're going from inside to out. Again, just checking for dorsiflexion or their foot being in neutral, that 90 degrees. Come on an angle, then we go straight up, more parallel to the leg on the inside, and we do the same thing outside to in, angle tape, and then up, straight up here. That's it. Now if someone only had a very minor, maybe a grade 1, that'd almost be enough, with just locking off with another anchor tape at the end. But someone who's had a more significant injury to this area, I'll always put 1 or 2 heel locks. They start just like this figure 6, but they come down. This is where it gets a little bit tricky. Instead of coming straight back up the other side, we now do a 45-degree angle across the heel and around the back to the Achilles area, and then back up to where you started from. That provides a lot of lateral stability to the overall taping technique. And you can do another one of those on the other side as well for even more stability. So on an angle, we come across, 45 across the back of the heel, around to the Achilles, and up to where we started from. And at the end, we lock it off again, so the ends are taken care of. The tape we use here at Frenchs Forest is a DonJoy Premium tape. We find it very effective. It's quite affordable, and they like the fact that not only is it good adherence, it's quite rigid in its structure.